So I'm a little late to the game here. I should have made this video for you weeks ago, and I do apologize for it. I have been playing with it and experimenting with it and wanted to give you a full, don't let me lie, I had a lot of stuff going on. I apologize. I won't make excuses. But anyways, today I wanted to talk about Outschool Groups. So we know that Outschool has group classes, and at the beginning of November 2021, they came out with something called Outschool Groups, which are not actually group classes. It's more of a social media kind of feel to it for kids, for education, for fun. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to explain to you like what the groups are, who can be in them, what to do with them, what your income possibilities are, and just overall some tips and tricks that I've learned in managing my own groups. Welcome to my channel, everyone. My name is Jillian Shanahan from jillianshanahan.com, and on this channel we talk about different things that you can do as an online teacher, or if you're an online teacher, in order to accelerate and grow your income, whether that be from your own independent online teaching business or working with a company like Outschool, which we're going to talk about today. If you're all about accelerating your income and making more money, doing what you already love doing, just doing it better, then make sure you click that subscribe button and hit that little bell notification so you don't miss my future videos, which I promise I'm going back on track. Just a couple of really quick, unrelated things. I went to film this video and I had distraction and problem after problem. First, I hung my green screen. And as soon as I hung my green screen, I had cats crawling up it. So I ditched the green screen. So now you can actually see my office, which I wasn't able to do this before because I had this giant coal heater that was sitting like out to like here that was behind me. And so now you get to see my office setup. I don't know, is that better than a green screen? Do I need to go back to the green screen? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Green screen or no green screen? Okay, anyways. Outschool groups were created so that students can kind of have a place to like collaborate together and work together and grow together. It's kind of like a safe social media environment. It may be educational, it may not be, that is moderated by a teacher on Outschool. If you list and create the class, then that teacher is you. So because they're super new, a lot of parents don't really know about them or really know like what the point is or how they work, but that doesn't mean that you can't be successful in them. So first, I'm going to go over the basics of Outschool Groups. Then I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to grow an Outschool group and be successful with it. And then I'm going to give you like my opinion on whether or not you should have an Outschool group or who should have an Outschool group, and maybe throw out some ideas that might help you think of something that you might want to have a group on. So Outschool groups are set up like social media. I wish they had an app for Outschool. Hopefully that will come soon because that will make the Outschool groups so much cooler. But even as they are now, it's a really, really cool addition to the Outschool platform. So first off, when you look at the facts for it, it says in there that Outschool groups are for learners ages 10 to 18. Now, when we asked Outschool about this, because for me, my students are not in that age group. Maybe some of them fall in like the 10 to 11, maybe 10 to 12 age range, but the majority of my students are probably an average of 7 years old, and I still thought that they could benefit from the groups. Although you cannot change the age, and this might change in the future, but as of right now, you cannot change the age on the Outschool groups to go below 10. But that doesn't mean that you can't have Outschool groups for learners that are younger than that age. We talked to the Outschool staff in the Facebook group, in the official Outschool Facebook group, and the word from the admins was you can. If you have students that are younger than that age and you think that you have a group that will benefit them, then go ahead and set the age to a flexible age range. And for me personally, I'm not going to put my age range up to 18 years old just because I don't want 18-year-olds in my group with my 7-year-olds. So I only put my age range up to like maybe 11 or 12 and made it a flexible age range. So make sure that you keep the age range, even if it's flexible, keep the age range to where a parent, like think about it, if you're a parent especially, think about it coming from a parent. What would you feel comfortable putting your child of that age into a class? Like what cohort of students should they be with? So Outschool Groups is a monthly subscription, And they recommend setting your price anywhere from $5 to $10 a month. Obviously, you can change that. I personally have my Outschool Groups set at $5 a month. It's a monthly subscription and it's prorated. So if they join in the middle of the month, they're not going to be charged the full $5. So when a student first enrolls in a group, they're going to need to be verified. And they have to do this with every single group that they enroll in. So if they enroll in 20 different groups, they're going to have to make a verification video for each group. That might change in the future. We're crossing our fingers, but as of right now, they have to make a verification video. I enrolled my daughter in some groups and the verification video is really simple. Before they can enter the group, it will just pop up and it will say say hi. And they just have to record themselves saying, hi, my name is blah, whatever. Just something really quick so that Outschool can look at it and say, okay, this is actually a child joining this group. That's okay. If the student does not verify, if they don't do the verification video, they will be unenrolled automatically and refunded by Outschool. To prevent this from happening, I would just recommend going through and every time you get a new student in there, at least while they're small, every time you get a new student in there, messaging them saying, hey, I'm so glad that you joined the group. If you haven't already, make sure you do your verification video because it's necessary in order to participate in the group. Okay, I said I was gonna do tips first, but first I'm gonna jump into what I think about it, and then I'll do the tips. Personally, do I think Outschool Groups are worth it? If you go and you look in how many people are in your Outschool group, it has an infinite number of spaces available. I mean, I think it's 100 million or something. So you're obviously not going to get that many students enrolled. That's not going to happen because there's not even that many students on the platform. So far on Outschool, I'm just going to give an example of my statistics. So far on Outschool, I have taught 2,056 students. 2,056 students. Now, if I had 5% of my students join, 5% of the students that I ever taught join into one of my groups, you're talking about 102 students. At $5 a class, that's $514. Or after Outschool takes their cut, you're looking at $359 a month just for running a group. That could bring you in a couple extra $1,000s a year, easily. However, the possibilities with this are endless. And I kind of think that it's going to snowball. So right now, while groups are new and they're fresh and they're just starting, you're only going to have a couple learners. And just like when any new program is implemented, you get your stragglers that come in here and there, and then it ends up snowballing and it'll grow and grow and grow and grow. That's kind of what I think is going to happen with the groups. Just like with your regular classes, every month you might gain some new students and lose some new students. And I think that the same thing is going to happen. However, with it being such a low cost and you can provide a great value and a great opportunity for your students to connect, I truly believe that this has a longevity, and put in the work for it now, get your groups up and running, and in time it will snowball and it will grow. Just imagine a year from now. So you're working on this and a year from now you have 500 students in your groups. And again, you can have a lot more than that. 500 students, $5 a piece. You would be taking home an extra $1,750 just for running a group a month. That's an extra $21,000 a year. Again, it's going to take time as the Outschool platform grows, the ability to run groups, the popularity of groups. Honestly, if you can run successful groups on Outschool, you could have potentially no limit on your income. It is going to take some time, it is going to take some practice, and it is going to take some work and some planning. Right now, they don't have the ability to predate your posts. So you can't go in there and do a content creation day and schedule it all to go out for a week or a month or whatever. You can't do that in groups right now. Hopefully, again, I hope that does come, because that would be really nice to be able to spend one day working on group posts, putting them all in there, scheduling them to go out, and then, going in there and moderating the group on a daily basis. That would be a really cool thing. As of right now, it doesn't exist. But again, they're brand new and things are always changing, right? So hopefully it'll be in the future along with an app. Hint, hint. All right, so your first tip is going to be to share. So when groups were first introduced, I shared in my classroom. I said, hey, I have a quick announcement to make before we start class. Really quick, we have this really cool clubhouse type thing. Spent 1 minute explaining what it was. I put a link in the classroom in case you guys are interested, and you are always more than welcome to have your parents shoot me a message if they have any questions about it. Another tip is to use coupon codes. So you can offer somebody like your first month of being in the group is free if you would like to do that. And I honestly think that it is a great tactic to use. Once they enjoy it, they see they're getting value, they like what they're getting here. It's a really cool thing. If you can run your group successfully, you should be able to have some really good student retention in your groups. And if you have good student retention, then that free month is no loss to you, because offering a free month can get a long-term student. The next thing that you can do is you can post it on your profile. So I actually posted on my profile, if you're interested in joining any of these groups, boom, these are the groups that you can join. And on the topic of sharing, if you have any social media or email marketing lists or anything like that that you use for students or potential students, like if you have an Instagram account, or if you have YouTube for kids, or if you have a Facebook for potential students, for your education, for your teaching business, you can always share it on there as well. And then the last tip that I have for you is absolutely the most important tip, is to engage in your groups. Make sure that you're monitoring them. They need to be a safe, healthy, productive environment. You need to do what you're going to say in your group. So if you're planning on posting XYZ, post XYZ. If you are going to keep track of points, keep track of points. If you're going to post videos, post videos. Whatever you say you're going to do, make sure that you do them whenever you say you're going to do them. So if you say you're going to do it every Monday, you're going to post new content. Make sure that you stay on top of that and you post every Monday. You told them what to expect. Now give them what they expect. And in doing this, you're also going to make sure that your groups remain valuable. They joined this group for a reason. So maybe they joined this group so that they could learn about sea life because they want to be a marine biologist when they grow up. It's something that they're super interested in, and they love your marine biology class. And then they join this group and nobody's talking in it, or only the teacher is talking in it, or nothing's happening. Make sure that you stay engaged in the group and boost that engagement, create that engagement, get it running. You are the engine in the train, and they're going to follow your lead. So if you go into your group with high energy, a lot of excitement, you're posting, you're tagging, you're doing all sorts of things, then you're going to get that engagement and that energy that you put back out there. When you are in your groups, it's going to look kind of like an Instagram-y type thing. Students and teachers can post pictures. You can do challenges in there. You can do games in there, but it's set up like a picture. So you have a picture. If you just do text, it still shows like a picture. At the top of the picture, there are 3 little dots. If you click on that, it says promote. So if you really, really, really want your students to engage in a post that maybe you're not getting the engagement that you wanted, or you really want them to all get a notification, if you click the promote where it will say promote, what that does is it actually sends out an email to everybody in the group saying, hey, your teacher wanted you to check out this post in the group. And then the students will be directed to go check out that post, and it will prompt them to engage in the group, to be in the group. Is that always going to work? Nope, but it's there for you. And if you've got a tool that's there for you that's going to help your engagement, you want to make sure you're using it. My suggestion, if you're sitting here and you don't know what to make a group on, and you're like, okay, I'm sold on this and I want to do it, but I have no idea what I want to do. My biggest suggestion to you would be to take your most popular class. You already know that that's what people want. You already know that that's the age group that people want. Take your most popular class and somehow turn that into an interest-based group. So if you have a writing class, turn it into a writing group. If you have a marine biology class, turn it into a marine biology group. If you have a science class, turn it into a science group. So get creative and think of ways that you can take the information that your followers and your students already want and turn it into an interest-based group. If something doesn't work right away, don't give up on it. Keep it there. Seriously, do not give up on it. And the reason that I say this is because you never know when it's going to take off. The group can just sit there. If you don't have any students in it, that's fine. The group can just sit there until you do. But once you have students, be prepared and be ready to get moving with content and engagement and interaction. Because like I said, the possibilities with these are limitless. They are so much fun. I personally have a reading group and a book club group, and the students in these groups are really awesome. They engage with each. Just read it on the screen. I can't talk right now. They engage with each other. Why is that such a tongue twister? As far as things that you can do within your group, I highly recommend to take your student suggestions. They're going to tell you what they like. So when you start talking about the groups and you get excited about it, they are going to tell you what they like. They are going to give you suggestions. At least mine did. They said, oh, could you do this in the classroom next time? Or could you do this in the book club? Could you do this in the writing club? And they get really excited about it. And then they're a part of it. And it has more of that community feel when they have a say in how some of the group things happen, if that makes any sense. I will keep you guys all updated and let you know how the whole group situation goes. I am super, super excited for it. I'm gonna keep playing around and seeing what works, what doesn't work, so I can give you guys all the best tips and tricks. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you click subscribe. One more quick thing before we leave. I am super excited about this. The Facebook group, which I will link in the description box below, has reached 4.2 thousand people. There are over 4,000 people in our little Facebook community for teachers. And I know it says online ESL teachers in the description. It's not just ESL teachers in there. It's for online teachers. Most of them are ESL teachers, but if you are not, if you teach something else and you'd like to join, we would be more than happy to welcome you in. And if you're in that group, leave a comment in the description box and say hi so I can see you in both places. All right, now I'm really gone. Bye guys.